Hey, this is TK11697, and today we're going to talk about the mic amp speaker combo from Matt Nelson, who does the Blockade Runner Supply. He's on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description. And he normally makes these pairs of working TK Hovey mic tips. You get usually in a pack you'll get 2 mic tips. You get the amp, and the amp has got the microphone in, and it's got the power out. So it'll go. It's powered by any power bank that's going to take USB. I use this. They're thin. They cost about $6, and they hold 12,000 mAh, milliamps per hour, which is pretty high. It'll keep the system running for almost a day. What you would normally do is you would take your working mic tip, plug it in here like so. Second one would go here, and that would go into a TK helmet. I've got those set up already. What I wanted to do was put one in my Shore Trooper and my Scout Trooper. So what I needed were the components I just showed you. Microphone, preferably. It's like $15 lavalier microphone. The parts you get from Matt, and I did not use the greebly that came with the Shore Trooper kit. I did a 3D printed one, courtesy of Sean Fields, who graciously lets us use his 3D STL files for free, as long as we don't profiteer from them. So thank you very much for that. I printed this out. I think every part here might have been $100. I might have spent a little extra to get the high detail on this, but this would be $15 for regular. The mic was about $15. The power bank was $5 or $6, and the kit with the speakers from Matt might have been $50 or $60, which well worth it. So what did I do? Got my I won't say the name of the builder because I'm not sure if that's allowed. My JT helmet here, which I finished. It's been approved. And I broke open one of the TK speakers. I think it's a 2-watt speaker. Drilled a hole in the front of the helmet and put it here where you see this this padding. Put the speaker under it and then put the padding on top. The reason why I put the padding on top is because I have the microphone is right here, taped in, and see I've got the there's the amp, and the power supply is up here. So I've got 2 of them. I also use Matt Nelson for all my fans as well. So that's my helmet setup. So 2 power supplies, one for a single fan, which lasts like 18 hours, and one for the amp and speakers, and that lasts a while. I think that lasts about 12 hours. I left it on overnight on accident, and it was still pretty good for a few hours. So back to the setup. See, I got the padding here, and the reason why the padding's in is because the more padding you could put between the microphone and the speaker, the less feedback you're going to have. And the idea, of course, is to have no feedback at all. So I put that in. I put the fan far enough away in the kit, see if you can see there, so that it shouldn't be picked up by the speaker, by the microphone, and I find that it's not. I'll turn it on now, and when you turn it on, you gotta play with it a little, because if you put it to maximum volume, it will you'll get some feedback. So you put it to about half or 3/4. For the Stormtrooper, if you set it up the right way, you can put it to maximum volume. You put enough material between the speakers and the mic. And for the Stormtrooper, the speakers are well, they're on the outside, so they've got the helmet itself between the mic, which is on the inside near your mouth, and the speakers that are the Hovey mic tips on the outside. This, like I said, I kind of rigged myself. So let's see. There we go. So it's too loud. Dial it back a little to about 3/4, and it's a 2-watt speaker, so you should be able to hear it no problem. I've done a few troops so far with no problem, but here it goes. Do you hear me okay? I'm speaking in a normal speaking voice, not very loud. I've got the volume up to about half or maybe 2/3 just to cut back on any feedback that might happen. It's clear, very easy to work with. I've got the mic right up to my mouth. I can move it if I want by just pressing my lip against it. And it's worked pretty good. Like I said, I've used it already a few times. And it's the same system that I'm going to use in my Scout Trooper helmets. This is my Altman's helmet. It's got roughly the same snout greebly. I'm going to go on Shapeways to Blockade shop, and I'm going to print out a new one that's hollow, and I'm going to put speakers in there too, because these seem to work out pretty well. So, again, to install it, you have to drill a small hole in the helmet in the front, but it's going to be covered by the greebly anyway, so that's not a problem. And so you don't need to keep it on if you don't want to. If you don't like it, it's not going to permanently damage the helmet. And that's it. Like I said, it's worked really well. I've already put one of these in this helmet and in my daughter's Scout Trooper helmet, and they worked great. I said no worried about wires running down your neck and acre amps and stuff like that. I said it's pretty good. All you got to do is turn it on, make sure that the power supply is charged. It lasts for a very long time, and that's it. All right.